This is the L2C Media Network on YouTube, and this is after the first half, a mini recap of all the action from the 1 o'clock games. And now your host, Steve Baxley. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Wow.
Okay, the other one's 10 to 12 minutes too.
And thanks Sharon Baxley, my mom, for that breaking news story. Creating lunch here as the red light is on. Let's begin, folks. The big old Gameroos here. We call the 1 o'clock games. So let's get started, shall we? We got a very strange fifth week, folks. No Lions game, sorry, or maybe not. Depends on your point of view. But we have two Monday night games and a Tuesday night game to preview, and we have some breaking news to report before we go to our little mini recap of the 1 o'clock games. Let's give you that breaking story right now as we pop on over. And oh boy, as if things weren't crazy enough this season, we got more crazies. 8 games. So here we go. Light them up, folks, because this is going to be a little strange, especially if you're a football fan. On Sunday, Jason La Canfora, the NFL insider for CBS Sports, confirmed that the New England Patriots had registered one new positive COVID-19 test, which made the count 4 total positive tests over the last 8 days. Now, as a result, the Patriots were again forced to shut down facilities, and the NFL was forced to make some of their most drastic changes to the 2020 schedule. While the league rescheduled the Patriots matchup with the Denver Broncos to be played next Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, that was not the only change they made. The Kansas City Chiefs matchup with the Buffalo Bills on today, October 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern on Fox, the NFL Network, and Amazon Prime. The New York Jets-Miami Dolphins game has been moved from Week 10 to Week 6 at 4:05 p.m. Eastern, while the Jets' original Week 6 matchup against Los Angeles has been moved to Week 11 on Sunday, November 22nd at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Los Angeles Chargers game has been moved from Week 8 to Week 7 on Sunday, October 25th at 4:05 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The Chargers and Broncos game moves from Week 11. Note something on. Let's try that again, please. Sorry about that. Mom, I was in the sorry about that, folks. The Jacksonville Jaguars at Chargers game has been moved from Week 8 to Week 7 on Sunday, October 25th at 4:25 p.m. on CBS. Chargers and Broncos game moves from Week 11 to Week 8 on Sunday, November 1st at 4:05 p.m. on CBS. And the Chargers up against Miami Dolphins has been moved from Week 7 to Week 10 on Sunday, November 15th at 4:05 on CBS. Additionally, the Dolphins at Broncos game in Week 6 has been moved to Week 11 at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time, also on CBS. And we're not done yet. The Broncos bye week has moved from Week 10 to Week 6 was next week, while Jets bye has been moved from Week 11 to Week 10. It was impressive that the NFL was able to manage another reshuffling if another team is forced to deal with minor COVID-19 outbreak. A major takeaway from this schedule change is that there will be no Thursday night football matchup in Week 6, but we are scheduled to have both a Monday night matchup, Chargers and Saints, and a Tuesday night matchup, Bills and Titans, to wrap up week number 5. We'll give you all this again tonight following the Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Right now, Sunday game, and if we got a chance, if we got time on our hands, we'll give you the Monday night and Tuesday night game. Monday night games, Tuesday night games. So it's been a mess. Okay, let's go with the final scores here right now. And then we'll go first of all to the 1 o'clock games that are still going. Cardinals and Jets just hit the 2-minute barrier, or 2-minute warning. Let's try that one more time. Frustrating, but fair. Okay, we've hit the 2-minute warning in the Cardinals-Jets game. The Arizona Cardinals lead the New York Jets 30-10. Meanwhile, we are also at the 2-minute warning between the Eagles and Steelers, and the Steelers, as predicted by the rabbi, are beating the Eagles, but the score is a little tight, 38-29. And the Chiefs are about to suffer their first defeat. The Las Vegas Raiders lead them handily, 40-24. We're going to have our first, we're going to call this game anyways. 33 seconds left in the fourth. The Cardinals lead the Jets 30-10. We're going to call that a final score. We'll get back to the others as soon as we can. Right now, let's take you to more final scores from the 1 o'clock games. Texans over the Jaguars, 30-14. Minshew, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns. Robinson, 13 rushing attempts, 48 yards. And Chanel Jr., 7 receptions, 79 yards for Jaguars. For the Texans, Watson, 359 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Johnson, 17 rushing attempts for 96 yards. Cooks, 8 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown. And yes.
Nothing, I gotta go get me a glass of ice water.
Okay. Never know what to expect. Final scores also: Panthers over the Falcons, 23-16. Bridgewater, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Panthers. Ryan, 226 yards and an interception. David for the Falcons. For the Panthers, rushing, 16 rushing attempts for 89 yards for Davis. For Gurley, for the Falcons, 14 rushing attempts for 121 yards and a touchdown. Anderson, 8 receptions, 113 yards for the Panthers. Ridley, 8 receptions, 136 yards for the Falcons. I'll be repeating all this tonight anyway, so let's keep going on it. Rams over the Washington. Rams over Washington, thank you, 30-10. Goff passed for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception for the Rams. For Washington, Allen passed for 74 yards, no doings. Akers had 9 rushing attempts for 61 yards, while Gibson, his counterpart for Washington, 11 rushing attempts for 27 yards. Everett, 4 receptions, 90 yards. McKissick, 6 receptions, 46 yards for Washington and the Rams, respectively. Final score: Baltimore Ravens didn't even give the Bengals a chance to score a touchdown. They beat them 27-3. Burrow, 183 yards and interception. Nixon, 24 rushing attempts, 59 yards. Higgins, 4 receptions, 62 yards for the Bengals. For the Ravens, Jackson, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns and interception. Ingram, 11 attempts, 57 yards. Brown, 6 receptions, 77 yards and touchdown for the Ravens, as we just said. And that is, well, that's mainly it right there. We have a scoring update right now in the 4 o'clock games, the late games. Dolphins lead the 49ers 7-0, 10:23 left to play in the first. By the way, why no Lions score? Because the Lions didn't play today. And that makes all of us feel good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're about to put Steelers-Eagles in the books. Steelers about to win their fourth in a row and give the Eagles another loss in the column. 38-29 is the reported final score. 3:57 left to play. And right now the Chiefs trying to make a game out of it, trying to make a comeback. They are down now by 8, 40-32 over the Raiders. Raiders lead 40-32. Chiefs have the ball, and it's going to be a very interesting last 3:57. They are going to need some major touchdown. They're going to need another. They're going to need a lot of work. Touchdown, and 2-point conversion could do it, but we're going to find out as they are the final game in the 1:00 block of football games. Steelers lead the Eagles 38-29. Okay, let's give you at least a preview of tonight's lone Sunday game, the way things are going. And by the way, just to give you the information, Browns-Patriots have been postponed, so Chargers and Saints will be the only game in town, 8:15 p.m. on ESPN. But Bills and Titans to wrap things up Tuesday night at 7 on CBS. So once again, what was to be a doubleheader is now not to be a doubleheader on Monday night. So we got a whole bunch of corrections to go. This has been a messed up year, folks. Even for sports books, I have a feeling. Okay, let's go right now to our preview of the Vikings and Seahawks. What do you need to know? Vikings in a bit of a slump. Seahawks looking mean and looking lean and mean. I know I'm talking fast because we're going through the motions here, folks. So bear with us as the NFL has totally just ramrodded us. We'll explain later on the Sportscast. Now, throughout its franchise history, the Seattle Seahawks have never started a season 5-0. Not in the year Seattle was a contender in the old AFC West, not after it moved to the NFC, not even the year when the Seahawks won their only Super Bowl. Then again, the Seahawks have never had a quarterback playing as well as Russell Wilson has in leading Seattle to a 4-0 record heading to Sunday night's matchup on NBC at 8:20 with Minnesota. While the Seahawks are looking for a bit of a franchise history before their bye week, the Vikings are seeking a lifeline that they can still be contenders for a playoff berth after a disappointing start. The Vikings have given up more points and yards than has been the norm for a Mike Zimmer team and struggled with turnovers for the first few weeks. But the Vikings did get their first win in a 31-23 victory in Houston. They do have the league's leading rusher in Dalvin Cook. They have familiarity playing in Seattle for a third straight year and facing the Seahawks for the fifth since 2015. And they'll get a break as CenturyLink Field will be silent outside of what gets piped through the stadium speaker systems. Now, Wilson's start to the season has placed him firmly in MVP conversation at the quarter mark of the season. He tied Peyton Manning's record with 16 touchdown passes in the first 4 games. He's completing 75% of his passes, has just 2 interceptions, and has topped 300 yards in 3 of the 4 games. Most impressive, perhaps, are the big shots Wilson has taken and completed. He already has 16 completions of more than 20 yards and is averaging 9.5 yards per attempt. One of the bright spots on the other end for Minnesota has been Cook's start to the season, leading the league with 424 yards rushing and averaging 5.7 yards per carry. Now, he'll be facing a defense of Seattle's that ranks 3rd in the league's highest in yards rushing allowed, but hasn't necessarily been tested. Todd Gurley in Week 1 and Ezekiel Elliott in Week 3 both had 14 carries against Seattle. Those were big tests considering. Tonight could be even the best test of all. Seattle Seahawks 4-0, Minnesota Vikings 1-3. Tonight, 8:20 on NBC, and it's Spanish language compadre, NBC Universal. Okay, we got, there's one thing I'm thanking the gods of the NFL for. we don't have a double dip. The Uno, myself, my mom, and the rabbi may be pissed a little bit, but I think we all understand. Not really, but San Wasan. Let's give you a preview of Monday night's lone matchup and then quickly give you a course in the Tuesday night game, which has not yet been postponed. So lucky for us, the NFL. I'm not going to jinx it. Chargers Saints from Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Justin Herbert was 6 years old when Drew Brees left his final game for the Chargers with a career-threatening shoulder injury. Decade and a half later, they're set to do battle on Monday night with Herbert, the promising Chargers rookie QB, and Brees, an icon for the Saints, not to mention the NFL's all-time leading passer. They took defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City to overtime, only a dropped lateral on the final play deprived them of a golden opportunity to pull out a Week 3 win over Carolina. Last week, they went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady's Buccaneers in 38-31 loss. Thank you. I got my drink with me. Thank you.
You have one for me?
Well, mine's grape Kool-Aid.
Where's yours?
Mine's right here. Then you're going to have to make yourself. Here, have mine.
No, I'll see what this is.
That's an empty jug, but you can wash it out and put some water and Kool-Aid in it. Welcome to After the First Half, where we not only give you football scores, but we give you health, safety, and cooking advice. There you go. Wash it out and put some Kool-Aid in there. You know where that is. If not, give me a few moments. I will do it. Okay, so all you got to do is just wash it out. I'll do the rest. Just give me a moment here. Now, I'll just do this fast because I have an instant commitment I must perform. Now, the Saints, well, they did a number on Detroit. Beyond that, boom. You can't stop the breeze. As for the Chargers, the injury bug has hit them very much so. Chargers Saints tomorrow night, 8:15, the lone ESPN game. And right now we're going to go through the 1 o'clock tickers and see what developed on a very weird and somewhat insane Week 5. Steelers over the Eagles, 38-29. Cardinals over the Jets, 30-10. Raiders by 8 over the Chiefs. They're in the 2-minute warning. Raiders have the ball and could possibly have the game. They're 3rd and 3 on KC's 47. It is 4th and 1. Well, excuse me, it's 4th and 1 on KC's 45. Good luck to all. Texans over the Jaguars, 30-14. Panthers over the Falcons, 23-16. Rams over Washington, 30-10. Ravens over Bengals, 27-3. Games right now just starting. We have a big old score. Dolphins over the 49ers, 6:09 left in the first, 7-0. Colts, Browns, Giants, Cowboys just getting underway. And don't forget, we'll try to mishwak the mess that the NFL has made tonight on the Sports Final at midnight Eastern Time. But for right now, I know we are supposed to stay with the Raiders and Chiefs, but I do have a commitment I must handle. So for everyone here, that's it for after the first half. All the games, all the joy, all the rapture of a Sunday in sports, which is more confusing than ever football-wise. We'll talk about it coming up on the Steve Exley Sports Final, midnight Eastern time, right after a couple of Spreaker shows and the NFL Finals Game 6. That especially we will talk about as well. Until then, I'm Steve Baxley. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a Mystifying Creativity production for the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports and YouTube. We'll see you a little later on tonight. Thanks for tuning in. See you around, everybody. Well, that's too